All right, my bad, man, dude. I wasn't even paying attention on nothing else that happened in the National Football League but this game. But shout out to Evan Ingram. If you started him in fantasy today, Jesus Christ, Evan Ingram went the hell off. So I was paying attention to what Evan Ingram was doing, and I was paying attention to the Lions. Justin Jefferson had a big day, but guess what? He didn't get it in the end zone either. And I think Amani Arari is still injured. So I won't rip into him. Mike Hughes, they got to do something with that nickelback position. I don't know if the kid from Arizona State, I know he was out today, Lucas, if he ready to do so, but that's something that they got to consider next year moving to forward. They got to do something imperative. They do something that nickelback position. He'd be a good depth guy, but they killed us in the nickel. But they did some man beaters today, some rub routes. Sorry, getting myself together. I went from this morning, I woke up to the gym, to Walmart, to the laundromat, and then the Lions game. So I was kind of watching the beginning at the laundromat and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to have a big week this week. So I'm going to try to keep up as much as possible. Sunday, bro. I forgot about Sunday game. So I'll probably have something when I get back Sunday. I'll be going out of town. I forgot about the game, so I have some content up this weekend. I'll be very busy, but Sunday I have the post game reaction as soon as I get back in town. But I mean, this is one of those turning point games. Last time, I had my boy from Dallas just called me, said, "I see I won." I mean, yeah, it might be a little bit too late, but this is the type of momentum you want to roll into next season. Honestly, put the chat up. But honestly, dude, Ben Johnson might be gone. One more year tops, they're going like this. I mean, obviously you can call plays, and obviously I think the right thing to do is to give Ben Johnson a raise, like right now. But at least one more year, bare minimum, he's probably going to be a head coach. Now, everybody that call plays don't mean you're a great head coach. I mean, I don't think Mike Tomlin never called plays. John Harbaugh never called plays. So remember that. When you talk about anybody that ever done management in here, team leader, assistant manager, get myself adjusted. It's about, first and foremost, it's about managing personalities, managing schedules, managing excuses, learning personalities, and that's what it's about. It's about leading men. Bob Quinn, Matt Patricia, Romeo Crennel, Charlie Weiss, Josh McDaniels, Bill O'Brien outside of Penn State, they were never good at leading men. That's what it's about. If you don't have the people skills and the social skills, and and get the respect of the locker room, you won't be a great head coach. It's as simple as that. Forget the X's and O's. Obviously, you got. I mean, if I had to say it, I know respect, people skills, social skills, leading, and clock management. That's it. And all that kind of follow under people management. That's the 5 skills that you need as a coach. X's and O's. I mean, you can get by without X's and O's. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got coordinators. You know what I'm saying? But it helps. And Ben Johnson, he the MVP right now, bro. He the MVP. What Big L say? If rap was a game, I'll be MVP, the most valuable poet on the MIC. Shout out to Harlem World. You know what I'm saying? The children of the court, man. And right now, he the MVP, bro. I mean, I seen growth today. Them running the ball, having the lead, running the clock out. A lot of times he supplement the running game with high percentage short throws. And they did that today. But DJ Shark is healthy. Now you can really see it. Josh Reynolds is healthy. And my only issue with the offense is with one guy right now. I have one issue with the offense, and that's with DeAndre Swift. It is one thing to be Barry Sanders and go left and right and take a 5-yard, 50-yard play. You deal with the lost yards with Barry Sanders. But DeAndre Swift, if he don't put his fucking foot in the dirt and get upfield, he'd be a lot better off. It's too much of this, too much going side to side. It was a couple times today. I like to see him just put his foot in every now and again, plant your foot, and get upfield. That's all I would ask from him. That's the only thing you can ask from him. Plant and get upfield. But that's the only thing I really didn't like today. I mean, obviously, it's time for Jamal Williams to kind of get a little break. Justin Jackson providing that. And I would like to see DeAndre Swift kind of pick it up since he had a nice little rest, and I know it was because of injury. I would like to see him pick it up a little bit more. And I just think the next evolution for him, other than staying healthy, is getting upfield. So a couple times that I was like, man, if he just would have got upfield, it would have been more positive. But much respect to they showing Tom Brady and his family. But much respect to Justin Jefferson, man. I mean, I think he's the best. Him and Tyreek is, and shout out to Jalen Waddle too. Hell of a talent. But it's either Justin or Tyreek, whatever. I think it comes down to preference. But Justin Jefferson is, he gave us all we wanted and more. The first time, quiet him down. This time, I mean, this dude literally carried us, and then I talked about them kind of like, because I did in the prediction. If you didn't see it, go back and watch it. Like the first 10 minutes I dedicated to Minnesota. About the first 10 minutes of the prediction video, I dedicated to Minnesota. And you got Adam Thielen, and they so into getting Jefferson the ball. You know what I'm saying? Thielen is still a problem. You seen today, he can play, great chain mover. And they forget about him. And like I said before, was it Kevin Stefanski? There's some growth there as a play caller. Excuse me. Yeah, you want to keep feeding Justin Jefferson, feeding him, but shit, you got Thielen, you got Dalvin Cook who can catch it out the backfield. You know what I'm saying? TJ Hawkinson, they made it go out. They went out their way to make sure he got the ball. I think about going to the Pistons game. I don't know, but I'm tired though, man. I hung last weekend, so I might go. I'm not sure, but but they made an effort to get him the ball, Hawkinson today. But you got Thielen, and when you spread it around, you become more of a dangerous threat. We took what Justin Jefferson, the blows Justin Jefferson gave us today. We took them shits on the chin today. But it's a lot different. They already got Brock Purdy ass, so that might be helmet to helmet though. But that's but it's different when this guy killing you, that guy killing you, that guy killing you, this guy in the backfield killing you. So we're coming around on emotion. When everybody percolating, I'd rather have that than a Wes Welker and a Gronkowski. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have that than Brady and Randy Moss, because you become unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? You become unpredictable. And the first matchup, it's kind of like it was roles reversed with Stefanski and Campbell. Campbell felt like he was on the road. He needed to be more aggressive and go for it early in the season and put the defense in a messed up position where they was playing from behind because they was playing, with the short field. And any defense that play with it that's consistently starting on the short field, especially as young and lack of talent the Lions had because of injury and rebuilding defense, of course, you're not going to be good. But now they're playing with a full field. Now you're seeing the importance of field position. Now the defense is playing a lot better, even with a couple of nicks and banks there. Don't forget to support the channel. The best way you can do so is share the video, thumbs up the video right now. You can watch on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So shout out to everybody watching. This will be on Spotify, Anchor in the morning. Hit the link tree to find that link. You want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link all inside the link tree. Some of that's rolling at the bottom of your screen. Josh in his bag, great win. Man, you see Zion another night with the 360 windmill at the end of the game. Come on, man. The Pelicans, I ain't pay no attention. They was number one. Shout out to Willie Green, Cooley High. Willie Green, Willie Green, number one in the West. Man, I'll be pulling for the Pelicans as long as they ain't beating on our ass. Skino Bino, what's going on? My boy, how we doing? Long time no see. My Greg, I'm doing good. It's a tough time of year, man. Them loved ones you lose around this year all year, kind of painful, but we good over here. Brock Purdy, I heard Dylan. Our Minnesota, he's from Minnesota, a triple double defense is effing horrible. Worst 10-3 team of all time. It's talent there, but we transitioned from one regime to another regime. Obviously, the offensive transition is still there, but they got to pick it up on defense in the offseason. They will, I believe so. Harrison Smith today too. Kind of football crush on Harrison Smith. I remember him in Notre Dame. He's just the pro's pro. You love Harrison Smith, man. Oh shit, that McCaffrey. Yeah, man. 49ers, man. They might make it, man. They might make it. Right, Ryan Callahan. Hudson is the man. You see him do the blade dance. So that was a great play call. When everything going right, it's kind of like LeBron when he came and bust our ass. Remember in that playoff game, man? Everything was going in. John Martin, what's going on? Josh said, man, you talked all that shit. Don't come in here backtrack. We don't want to hear nothing about that. No, don't come in here backtracking. You talked all that shit last night. I'll let you have it. Sure did. You talked all that shit. We got in that ass like a wedgie. We destroyed most defenses we come up against, even in the losses. I mean, other than the Patriots, but it was some injuries. Everybody was injured. But, Belichick got your boy numbered, though, Jared Goff. Trey Finesse was going on. That was a great win. That's kind of that might be a turning point, win for this franchise, Jared Goff building up his trade value. I don't care what y'all say. I'm going to keep saying that Houston's on fire, though. He made some plays there, but he was out there getting toasted too. But you play man coverage versus them guys. You got Jefferson to go inside out. I mean, man, Jefferson is a fucking beast, dude. I wouldn't mind getting that bad jersey, man. Them LSU receivers something different. But Marvin Harrison's son, Ohio State. They, man. Once they said Harrison Smith wasn't playing, I knew y'all was gonna win. It didn't matter. We're gonna torch his ass too. Sold a 6 and 7, and we happy with our 6 and 7. Show is. We happy. 6 and 7 beat 9 and 2 today. Mega Hustle 33. I surely hope Goff can keep this up. Man, Ben Johnson is the GOAT. He sat there with Goff and he seen what Goff liked and what he didn't like. He seen for himself, and that's what you do. Great sign of a great coach. Defense shutting down everybody's run game, defend the Glenn. Man, at the end of the day, dude, they had to mix in some zone. Then you getting guys healthy too. So, imagine they had Charles Harris. He's the heart in the Minnesota team. We torched his ass last time. We would torch his ass this time. But shout out to Harrison Smith. Love him, though. Safe travels, bro. Yep. Yeah. Appreciate it. He said, what up, though? I went to the Grizzlies Pistons game. Shout out to Benjamin Foe. Yeah, I don't be watching the Pistons, dog. I don't be paying them niggas. Man, I be making me mad watching them. So I don't watch basketball probably until around Christmas time. So, yeah, I'll be at the Michigan game next week if they let me go home all Saturdays. We work next one. So, But I mean, I'm gonna be like, dog, I stayed double shift the last Saturday we worked. So, but Jalen Rieger guaranteed to win. He sure did. Yep, and that probably gave them the extra motivation. Shut down Dalvin Cook. They just don't stay committed to Dalvin Cook enough for my liking, bro. You know, Madison should be starting somewhere in this league, bro. To be honest, but I don't like the commitment to Cook enough. You know, for 15 carries, 23 yards. I mean, it's 15 carries though. Can't lie. But you know, in the passing game, one reception, 2 targets. I mean, it's so much more that they could be doing offensively. But I live with Justin Jefferson beating my ass like that if everybody else ain't killing us. I live with that. Goff is our quarterback, go all defense in the draft and the running back. That's easier said than done. Everybody said it every year. You know, when you go all a defense, you pass up on guys that can take you to the next level too. Don't forget that. You know, so that's a lot different. You know, it's easy to go all defense. It's different. You know, then you pass up on generational talents too. So it's still best available, but you know, push come to shove, you the same, he the same. You want to go with defense, or he the same, he the same. I'm probably going durability before defense. Then I go defense. You know what I'm saying? Then I go if it's all the same. Then I say I need defense. But you know, if Honestware can get on track, you know, and F the Raiders, dude. You know, at the end of the day, I mean, I could have did a video on the Raiders and just shredded them. But Honestworky is you know, they get the kid from Georgia. That's the only thing they really missing. Alexander's only playing pretty well. But you know, they still need a middle linebacker. It takes them a couple years to marinate and really catch on in this league and start hitting their stride. Obviously, they can use a cornerback, but you know what? I might, you know, if you're talking about spurging money on cornerback in the offseason, I might go with a veteran. You know, I think you can, you know, make Romeo an approve-it deal. I think you can make Armani Rari an approve-it deal to give you some more depth. You know, Melifano just kind of been beat up. So, I mean, sometimes you got to right the ship and hope him and Anazorki can contribute. But then again, that's just icing on the cake at this point. So that's kind of where you at with it. But if I'm spurging money on the position defensively, it is probably cornerback. I'm probably give me a nice veteran cornerback out there. I don't know who out there is going to be out there, but I said goal lines is put up with a performance, and they didn't let people down. Today at the gym, we was talking about that, and you know, they say it was like it's the Lions and they gonna lose and stuff. And I felt we you know, we all was kind of back our mind. We all felt the same way. You know, Ben Johnson is the MVP, but then again, you know, Aaron Glenn's done a hell of a job too. Done a hell of a job. You know, Jeff Okuda not being 100%. You know, I had some illnesses on Minnesota. I think Patrick Peterson was a couple of their players was ill too. So Swift still got y'all. Stop hating. Everyone has a bad game. The thing is this, man, we tired of waiting on him. Tired of waiting. Can't depend on Swift no more. If it ain't the injuries, then it's, you know, him not, you know, missing holes and not running upfield. You know, it's time to get somebody that can do so. Hate to put it that way, but that's the nature of the beast. It ain't like he's still gonna be a part of the team. You know. But if he ain't injured, then he missing holes. And if he is healthy, hitting holes and breaking tackles and getting upfield, then he get injured. You know, and in position in which you get hit every fucking play, you out there, durability is a premium. Bijan Robinson or Jimmy, I don't know, haven't seen either one of them. Shout out to the Texas back and one over Quorum. That was bullshit though, but you know, I heard he pretty good. Maybe these ain't the SOL Lions. This is a turning point for them, and now they should take that momentum. The Jets just lost to Buffalo, but I believe it was raining in Buffalo, and they held Buffalo to 20 points. That's a championship caliber defense. If not, it's a championship caliber defense in the making. Going back to MetLife, you know, Sauce Gardner, Detroit. I mean, Quentin Williams. I mean, you just go on and on. I think a couple of their linemen might be injured too. Oh, y'all boy over there too, Lincoln Tomlinson, for those who remember them. Swift is okay back. When he on, he great. Lions definitely need running, but I don't trust Swift when it comes to health at all. It's not just health; it's missing holes. It's not getting upfield. You know, some shit that should have been corrected. You know, second year in the league, but then again, the injuries probably, you know, kind of slowed his development down. He said Dalvin Cook and Madison did nothing today. Cook had a very costly fumble. Yeah, I thought he was about to throw it. Now, was I the only one that thought Cook was about to throw the football? I thought he was about to throw it. Maybe a jump pass. The way he was holding it, I thought he was going to throw it. I don't know what they was doing. And you know, I don't know what they was doing with that shit. They got super duper cute. I thought It was gonna be a pass, a jump pass. Honestly, they need to use J-Mo deep ball. I mean, they're gonna ease him in there. That was a great play. I went back and seen it because I was on the road coming back home. He had to wait on that ball though. He had to wait, but he was so open that they was in zone coverage, and I don't know what type of zone they was in. Maybe a cover 3 or something like that, something with a single high. But I mean, gave the ball to his dad, and he can fly. They said he was running 20.3 miles an hour, and that's coming off a knee injury. I mean, in Alabama, they used him underneath. They used him deep. He could do everything. But if you want to primarily use him as a deep threat, cool. And then make sure you open everything up for him. But right now, everybody percolating the receiving core. Shark is healthy. You see catching the ball, planting and going. Before he kind of didn't seem right with all the drops and stuff. So Mondo S, salute. What's going on, Dwayne? Salute. At this point, I wouldn't mind extending golf, but with the way he's playing, he could for sure be get a first round for him and say 25. You could. He playing, he rising his stock up. If Lamar available, I'm still pressing play on that. If Bryce available, which it seemed like a long shot, I'm still pressing play on that. If it's golf, Lamar, Bryce, cool. If them two other dudes, I go Lamar, but I'm still probably taking the kid out of Florida. Probably still taking, if I like Hendon Hooker, let him heal up. I'm still taking the developmental quarterback. It's as simple as that. But Ben Johnson got a lot to do with his success. So if Ben Johnson back, then you feel comfortable with it. Jalen Rieger talked all that. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. You got to eat them words, but they still 9-2 with a chance to still do some things. But defensively, I think they got to do what we did, kind of go more bend the break, more zone. Bro, Pet Milk Smoothies got these boys balling. Who's Pet Milk Smoothies, bro? Right, 6 miles. Salute. Facts all day. The loved ones. What up, Greg? No. Y'all run defense was amazing. Vikings defense runs turnovers in the red zone. Also, missing Harrison Smith. He would have got torched too. I don't know what that play was y'all was running. I thought Cook was gonna toss that bitch. That's what I thought. I thought he was gonna throw it. Kind of like the run jump pass that Michigan did a couple weeks ago. Wes Weaver Jr. Salute, great win. Should have had a 40 ball. Yeah, we'd take it though. Ray Day 313. What up, though? Great win for the Lions. F Hawk, just like, well, I ain't gonna be mad at TJ Hawkinson. I mean, he got traded, but he had some couple catches today. Was that him with a drop? Who dropped the ball on the sideline? I think it was a third down. Somebody dropped it. Zachary, what's going on? But yeah, I ain't got nothing against Hawk. It ain't like he was, he ain't had no beef with the fans or nothing like that. Thanks for all you do. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate that, man. Going to see next week versus the Jets defense. Not gonna be easy. Yeah, going outside too, starting to rain and precipitation and all that stuff out that way. So your stream working unlike the haircut stream. I don't know what the haircut stream is. Detroit do they shut the Vikings run game? Now, yeah. But the Vikings got to utilize their arsenal, man. And if you know your defense bad, you can't be going point for point with people. You got to find a way to get Dalvin Cook the ball in the flats in the screen game. You know what I'm saying? You got to find them getting the ball on the perimeter, through the pass and kind of extend the running game to short passing game. They got to kind of, stop getting into the, falling in love with the explosive plays. If you're going to be doing a lot of explosive plays, you got to score 6. You can't turn the ball over. But explosive plays, you put your defense more out there. They got to find a way to possess the ball a little bit more. And I think they could do that if Stefanowski had a brain. Jeremy Grant looked good over there with Dame. Shout out to them. They do. I said that. Good fit for him. Hometown, back in hometown Portland. Shout out to Jeremy Grant. Sadiq Bey just don't seem to have no dog in him. Brian Edwards, what up, though? What's going on? Hashtag on Pride. Shout out to Super Chat to SOL. He said, great Lions win, baby. That was the biggest game we had since when? I wasn't there, but I was there when I was working there when they clinched the playoff versus San Diego. At the time, they not at Los Angeles Chargers. And that's the loudest I ever heard it. Appreciate the Super Chat, big time. Jokes aside, I hope y'all make the playoffs for real. Fuck around and play y'all. Watch. Do you think Pascal in the rotation, it makes it? Of course it does. Because his penetration up the middle, his penetration across the D line, Hayden Hutchinson just need an ace. That's it. In the Lions, that's the number one thing. I told y'all, Jared Goff had to play well. Anna Zorky had to play well. 2 things that had to happen. Now, obviously, Honest Rookie not playing well, but you need penetration up the middle. That's the best type of penetration that you can get. Is in the quarterback face. So, if it's taking, look here, I say this. If Ben Johnson come back, you had to say, well, what would you do? What I would do is take most of my assets, and I go get that kid from Georgia. That's what I would do. I'd take my assets and get that kid. Because the D line looks different. Of course, anytime you got depth, you got Kaminsky coming back, Pascal, you got all these guys coming back, but you never had too many defensive linemen. But that kid from Georgia is a difference maker. If Honest Orky can give you something, if he can give you something up the middle, and he can give you some of that'd be a nasty combination. Just think about how good Reggie White and Jerome Brown would have been, dude. Rest in peace to both of those guys. Jerome Brown did pass away in the car accident. Justin from North Carolina, salute. Alexander Beast, and laughed my ass off. Ran for 2,000 yards back-to-back years in high school. I played against him my sophomore year. He was good at Boise State, too. Ain't that where he come from? They drafted baby Ty Sue back up in the third round, get all the defensive backs. Linebacker drafted running back. I see you, Justin. Dan Campbell, Hall of Fame. Lantern. He said, Austin Armando said, what chance do you get a lineman? I mean, it's a chance. I think Eagles got to play Giants again. Skins got to play Giants again. Cowboys probably play Giants again. It's a chance. It's a chance. You always want that bonus check, and that's a bonus check for YouTubers and people who write. The offseason is very lucrative for the Lions, but they playoff game and a playoff run, but it's a week by week. Every game is a playoff game. That 1-6 start in the games they gave up, it's gonna come back to hurt them. Which, so it's true. But, today it was just to the point where Goff was just on point. And Kirk Cousins always played well versus us. He didn't turn the ball over today, but he was got 3 times. Jared Goff was got none. So he was got 3 times today. Aiden Hutchinson took over that one drive where he sacked him, and then he did the blade dance. So he took over today, Aiden Hutchinson. People saying he was a bust because he didn't have no help. You out there by yourself. You can't anchor no defensive line by yourself, especially as no rookie. It was supposed to be a jump pass. O'Connell was doing too much. I figured that's what it was supposed to be, a jump pass, the way he was holding the ball. I thought it was supposed to be a jump pass. I looked, I said, yo, that looked like the Michigan play that they ran. Because the way he was holding it, he wasn't holding it where the points of pressure was supposed to be. He kind of was like, he had it kind of too lax, and he was trying to hide it, then come over the top and throw it. I knew he was trying to throw it, because I'm like, man, because he didn't hit the hole like he was supposed to at all. He kind of jogged with that. So I was like, yeah, he about to throw it. And the penetration got there. Viking fans are quiet. Ha, love it. Brandon, what's going on? He said, bro, Marnie scared me. He looks like we need to let him. Well, he got a back injury. He has a back injury. That's what happened. Shit, the back is debilitating. You just don't play through no back injury, Roland. So, let him get healthy and see what happens. You don't just, but man, it could be done for him. Rieger's mouth was shut today. Yeah, it ain't like, didn't he get cut by Philly or something because he kept dropping the ball? Been watching for 3 years. Keep it good work. Go Lions. Who do you think we would take the Rams pick? I see, man. The Rams, the Raiders let us down. But Houston almost won today. They for sure taking the quarterback. But I'm probably trending towards the Georgia kid, the lineman, or I'm trending towards Bryce. And then it'll be Will Anderson for me. But the kid from Florida kind of intrigues you. He probably gonna slide in that first round if you're being real. If you can get that Florida kid developing them, then that's something you do. Just too much of a great athlete. I think he's from out of Ocala too. Man, my brother lived there. Thanks, CJ or Gainesville, excuse me. He used to live there too. They say he got to get out of here. Oh, for sure. Appreciate the time. How did Hush do? Hush did fantastic. He kind of was the turning point of the game too. He was the turning point of the game. He had 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss. And that sack, and then I think he might have had a tackle for loss or a pressure. That kind of like he ended the whole drive on his own, right in the red zone. Ben Johnson is the key to this team. They need to keep him. It's hard. You can't deny him an opportunity. Once you start denying him an opportunity, then guys ain't going to come here or they gonna let me interview. You know what I'm saying? You can pay him, but he gonna get an opportunity. And Dan Campbell best thing was not letting his ego get in the way and let Ben Johnson call the plays. That was hot with the drop. Okay, yeah, that was him on the drop. Yeah, he dropped that joint. But I don't think nobody got no ill will towards TJ Hawkinson, dude. Ebron was just, back and forth with the fans. You're never gonna win that. People that help pay your bills, how you gonna go back and forth with them? Can't. You can't. You still want golf trade? Yeah, still. Still. Like if I got a chance, he raising this stock, and I got an opportunity to get Lamar Jackson, or I got an opportunity to get Bryce Young, I'm doing it. I'm still doing it. No offense. I'm a prisoner in the moment, and I wouldn't mind if you kept him, but it got to be somebody in the bullpen warming up. The Patriots made it a skill, but I'm fine with it, however they want to go with it. But the thing about it is, if I'm truly moving up, it's probably that kid from Georgia. It's probably where I'm headed at. And then, also, do you got somebody sitting with Ben Johnson, learning everything Ben Johnson doing? That's what you really want. What my homeboy doing? Wow, what was that? Patrick Mahomes is freaking magic. I don't know what Patrick Mahomes just did. He just threw an underhanded 56-yard touch. That dude is fucking phenomenal, bro. Oh my! If y'all seen that play Patrick Mahomes just did, bro. Oh my god, dog. Woo! Darius and Bradbury was missing two of the Vikings offensive linemen. We ain't worried about that. Shout out to Christian Darius. So I kind of wanted him in the draft too a couple years. Armani is a bum. Look here, man. When you dealing with a back injury, dude, that's what you gotta understand, man. That back is killing him. I guarantee you. You don't go from playing that good last year to being that bad. Well, obviously, you are a target now, but I think he'd be all right. But yeah, back injuries don't heal. No injuries heal during the season. If you ever played football, don't none of that shit heal. Even through a basketball season, none of that shit heal. Yeah, he played in the Mountain West at Boise. Yeah, I remember him. He could play. Remember LeGarrette Blount punched my man from Boise? Minnesota got by the Lions. Amani Warrior should not be defending. He's a bum. Y'all gotta stop using that bum word. He can play. He been playing good since he been here. So you gotta think about that for a minute. What changed? Come on, man. He got a back injury. You gotta bear with him. I don't have no ill will towards Melifano. He been injured since the hell he got here. People who are overcritical of Jared Goff make themselves look foolish and then realize we're laughing with you, but at you. At the end of the day, his stock is rising. His stock is rising. Don't mean you got to keep him. Don't mean you got to get rid of him. Don't mean you got to pay him. But if you got a clear upgrade at the position, do you know how crazy the city was? As a matter of fact, Bryce Young and old boy had a connection. Jameson Williams, they know each other. A lot of people like the talent. Lamar, they would sell out tickets instantly with Lamar. You're going to have to pay him, though. But, it is what it is. Cleveland felt like they had to pay Deshaun Watson. But then again, it's a little bit more that go into Lamar than any other quarterback. It's more than the money. You sitting down with him, you asking him what does he feel comfortable with. This is what we envision, and if it doesn't line up, we're not going to conform to Lamar. A whole bunch. You're not gonna let Lamar run out here, be reckless and run read options and run. We don't want none of that. We want Lamar Jackson to be able to throw the football. And kind of what Jared Goff is doing, he hitting the back foot, he's coming out on time. That's kind of what you want from a quarterback. Now, can Lamar do that? Time will tell. Time will tell. But just now you add explosiveness with Reynolds, Sharp, Williams. What's the kid's name? St. Brown. Still got Swift. You add a guy like Lamar Jackson, people gonna salivate. He never had nothing like that. James Mitchell ended up getting healthy. It's explosive offense. Then you know he's gonna make it easier for Jamal Williams. You know he's gonna make it easier for DeAndre Swift. They're gonna get holes and opportunities they never seen before. So you know it's a beautiful thing. But then you say, you know, if you get injured or, you know, how many design runs do we want to do? And I'm with Harbaugh when it comes to design runs. I'm saving them for moments that I need at the end of the season. Simple as that. Harbaugh saved them runs for McCarthy at the end of the season. Why put his shoulders out there? Why put his hand out there? Why put his legs out there? I'm not doing it. It's the same thing with Lamar Jackson. All that other stuff, we say that for the playoff run. But it's a changing of the guard coming in Minnesota and Detroit, Chicago. Can never count out Green Bay. But them three teams are critical moments of this NFC North division. And I think Minnesota and Detroit is in the same arc right now. I think Chicago a little bit further behind. What I mean by that, Chicago has a franchise quarterback. And the boy can run, he can throw. You know, it's just going to be about, you know, going through the progressions and all that check downs and, you know what I'm saying? But they stripped their defense of a lot of, you know, veteran talent. They got to replenish that defense. They got to find a receiver. They got a good running back in Khalil Herbert. And it's just going to be about putting it together. And Minnesota's going to be about defensive pieces. You know, where do we start at? We love Patrick Peterson, Harrison Smith, the older guys. Eric Kendricks, solid. You know, Daniil Hunter, solid. Now where do we go? We need another pass rusher. We need somebody who can stop the run. You know, probably need some help at DB. Probably need another safety. So, you know, how fast can they, you know, fix the defense with an offensive head coaching? With Detroit's the same thing. You got a lot of young defensive talent, but you got a lot of young injured defensive talent. So what you can do with Walker, you know, eventually. What you do with Melifano eventually. You know, Marnie Araria, Romeo Cora, Charles Harris, Levan Azorki, Josh Pascal. You got a number of picks. What you gonna do? Jerry Jacobs, Jeff Okuda. What you gonna do? You know, you got 1,000 defensive linemen that you can, you know, bring back or let go. James Houston making it tough. What you gonna do? So I mean, they both at the same stuff, and this division it's gonna turn on the dime. It's honest. If I'm out here spending money next year, I don't have no inclination who's gonna be out there. If I'm spending money, I'm probably spending money on a corner. That's probably where I'm at. Kirby Joseph made a mistake today. You know, Mike Hughes got beat, you know, for a deep. I don't know what the hell that was. That was a deep ass crossing run. That Julio that scored Mike Evans. They just scored us a flag though. But I don't know what Jefferson had that deep pass, and Kirby Joseph didn't take. It's on Tampa Bay, so yeah, it's not. They took it away. I don't know what he was doing, but Kirby Joseph he gonna have to continue to learn. So yeah, Jalen Carter, man, him and Anazorki, man. If Anazorki get healthy, which I ain't betting on that, man, I would draft Will Anderson, the kid from Georgia. Yeah, I mean you need the inside pressure too. But Anderson ain't no bad thing. But like I said before, if you get in position and you got, you can get a quarterback, get him. Get him. Somebody you like later on at quarterback, get him. You know, Patrick Mahomes is light-skinned guy. Public enemy. Dude, you seen that shit too? Oh my God. Golf is up, but you right. If you get Lamar, why not send him that? Well, of course, you're building him up. Like I said before, I always try to look at the bigger picture. That's just me. You know, and financially for them, that'd be huge. It seemed like he want to be here too, so it's no offense to Jared Goff. Lamar is more of an athlete than a quarterback. He can play. At the end of the day, you take it. He could throw, but then again, if you don't give him an opportunity to, let me know when he had this many weapons if he come to Detroit. You know, but then again, you might be right. The timing might be gone. One thing about Jared Goff, you know, he going through progressions. He hitting that back foot. He letting it go. Can't teach. I mean, you can teach it. You know, Randall Cunningham learned it. Mike Vick eventually learned it. I mean, that's why I said you got to sit down with Lamar and got to pick his brain, bro. And if you come away and you feel that, no, I'm a pass, cool. You know, Bryce Young, you want to talk about Bryce Young? You know, what would be to talk about Bryce Young? Size, We already had injured. We already had concerns with younger guys coming in being broken up and injured. He's a smaller guy. Baker struggling. Kyler struggling. I mean, come on, that's a conversation to have. You asked us about CJ Stroud. If I feel that I can bring him up to speed in a year or two about going through progressions, going through check downs, doing some of the things that Ohio State quarterbacks can't do, and I feel like I can fix his mechanics, or we can do some things in a year or two. Absolutely, he's a big, strong kid with a big arm, but we can mentally bring him up to speed. Guess what? If I'm in position to get him, he fall to me. I take him. I sit him behind Jared Goff. We do the Aaron Rodgers thing. We do the Brett Favre thing. We refine them. And if he's ready to go, so be it. If Goff winning championships and make complete playoff runs, guess what? We showcase him in preseason, have a hot game, trade him for picks, bring in another young guy. That's what New England done for a lifetime. They've been doing that since we was kids. How you think Brady got there with Bledsoe? Count 22, go Packers, go line. Excuse me. He said Green Bay run is over, and I want to say I wouldn't count Rodgers off just yet. One more receiver because Christian Watson balling. Amari Rodgers had a big game. They cut him in Houston today, so it's crazy. Hope they get Jalen Carter. Yeah, he a badass. He needs guys like that. Shows how important Kuda is. Very important, but illnesses, dude. You can sweat them out. But sometimes you got to just let them pass. You got to let them run their course. Carter Anderson, if you can't get a quarterback, you like exactly. I mean, I'm gonna just favor the inside guy, but until I break down the film, it is what it is. The first thing the Vikings should do is fire Dontel. Fire Dontel, draft 2 DBs, Harrison Smith replacement, strong safety. Man, I miss prime Xavier Rhodes. Vikings defense on the Zimmer 15-20 was legit. One thing about drafting DBs, sometimes they take a while to develop. So, in the fire, he said Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson, electric entertaining, but quarterbacks like them have never won a Super Bowl because they can't make the passes you need. I disagree with that. Randall Cunningham was one fucking kick away from making the Super Bowl versus John Elway. Russell Wilson ain't the most on-time quarterback either. As you finding out, he's an improv guy. He makes a lot of improv plays. The play breakdown, he chuck it up. Aaron Rodgers, he another guy. He one of them dudes, mechanics all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And they say, well, Aaron Rodgers can't do this. Aaron Rodgers can't, he's Skip Bayless always saying, oh, look at his mechanics, his footwork is all over. He ain't the most polished motherfucker either. Being real. People don't talk about them things. Russell Wilson is, all over here, all over there, throwing off platform. And that's probably going to take time for them guys to adjust to Russell Wilson. So it's guys that won quarterbacks that's pretty much been unconventional. Steve Young was somebody in USFL, Tampa Bay, running with his head like a chicken cut off. Bill Walsh got him to calm down, turn him from an athlete to a polished quarterback. It can be done. It can be done. When you talk about Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson, Michael Vick, when he was in Atlanta, who did they have? Michael Vick was throwing an algae fucking crumpler, dude, for God's sakes. Lamar Jackson, once Rashad Bateman went down this year, his numbers went down. The Doomerville guy numbers went down. No J.K. Dobbs. So you got to tell the whole entire story. A lot of these dudes ain't got no weapons, bro. Justin Fields, who he throwing to? Cole Kmet. Chase Claypool going to take the time to get integrated in the offseason. Who he throwing to? Come on. Get these guys some weapons and see what they can do. So you can't just say, oh, they can't get it done. It's a bunch of white pocket pass quarterbacks. A lot of black ones. Pyron Leftwich, you can go on and on. Who couldn't get it done? Let's keep it real. It's a lot of white pocket passing quarterbacks who couldn't get this shit done. So for us to sit here and single them out like they didn't have everything, it's one thing. Now if they had everything around them and it ain't going right, then that's a different story. That's a different story. Cam Newton almost won a Super Bowl. So it can be done. So you can't say, well, Fields and John Baxter receiver they play with. You tell me. How far are we from the wild card? They a couple games out. Giants are 7-5. Hold on, man. I don't be trying to get no damn copyright strike. They be have videos hella over here. So as of right now, the Giants play today. Yeah, they got popped by the Eagles. So you pretty much competing right now. Seattle, Giants, and Skins. That draw kind of effed us up right there. So let me see what Commanders play. If you haven't seen an interview with Clinton Porter on the Pivot, go watch that interview. Very great interview. I'll just leave it at that. Very great interview. Especially if you like, Brett Favre slander. So they play. So they had a bye week. They play the Giants Sunday. So the Commanders play the Giants next Sunday. So they play them back-to-back games. It's a Sunday night game as of right now. The 49ers. So they at the Commanders, at the 49ers, at home versus the Browns, at home versus the Cowboys. So Cowboys might rest. They might. So Cowboys, the Eagles keep going the way they're going. Cowboys might rest that game, but So if they was to lose out the next 4 games, that will put them at 9 losses. As far as the Giants, they just ran into a lot of injuries. They're gonna be playing the obviously the Commanders next Sunday, Minnesota, the Colts, the Eagles. So if they would lose 3 of those games, that'll put them at 8 losses. But if they lose 2 more, I don't know what the tiebreaker is, but we beat them head to head. So and you're not catching Seattle and 2 games behind Seattle, but I don't Kenneth Walker got injured. Probably won't catch Seattle, definitely won't catch, Dallas. So I believe it's 3 wild card teams now. Yep, it's 3 wild card teams. So unless Seattle just completely fall apart, we gotta keep winning too. But unless Seattle completely fall apart, which I don't envision, Geno's playing well, and they got a tiebreaker over us, so that's like another game. So, yeah, they end up playing. They got the 49ers today. They got the Panthers, and the Panthers zipping their ass while we speak. It's 17-0. Panthers zipping their ass. Damn. Sam Darnold out here throwing. He 9 for 10, 85 yards. Geno 7 yards, 1 for 4, 1 pick. So there you go. So right now, it's beginning of the second quarter, they getting zipped. So then they play the 49ers, Chiefs, which could be 3 losses. So that put them at 8 losses if they, So the Jets and then the Rams. So they got the easy Rams, unless they playing for something. So I mean, yeah. I guess it's possible. We just got to focus on us keep winning. He said, no. Expect these athletic quarterbacks to raise the level of play to win a Super Bowl. They haven't because they're not accurate. I don't agree with that. That's not why they haven't. Who did Michael Vick have? I just want to know. Who did Michael fucking Vick have? Who do Lamar Jackson have? Who do Justin Fields have? You know what I'm saying? Who do they have? You could talk about Tom Brady having Randy Moss and everybody else. You could talk about Eli Manning having the plethora of guys, David Tyree, Mario Manningham, Tiki Barber. I mean, you can go on and on and on. Jeremy Shockey. He's had guys. You know what I'm saying? Who won last year? Not Patrick Mahomes. Who won last year? I don't remember who won the Super Bowl last year. Who was the Super Bowl champion last year? Jesus Christ. The Rams. Look who they had. OBJ. Look what Stafford fucking had. All these different guys he had. That's not true. That's just simply not true. They just figure, he a mobile quarterback. He can just get it done with less. Name me a mobile quarterback they put at. Look, Cam Newton went to the fucking Super Bowl with Jericho Cotchery was the best receiver on the team. Because Devin Funchess, I believe, got injured. So when you start just saying that on the surface of it, or he only did this and that, well, yeah, I ain't no fucking bot. Cam Newton carried that team. They just figure, he mobile, he can carry us to the championship. That's what they figured. They don't put no pieces around them offensively. Tell me I'm lying. Who? Randall Cunningham at the end of his career, he got Chris Carter and Randy Moss and Robert Smith and them. Come on. You just feeding into a media narrative. That's a narrative. Put pieces around Michael Vick. Put pieces around Donovan McNabb. Finally went to the Super Bowl when he finally got Terrell Owens. Throwing the Freddie Mitchell's the people's champion, James Pinkerton and Chad Hall, Olympic skier. He was going to a freaking Olympic skier, bro. So I ain't somebody just started watching football. I've been watching it for a long time. John Elway, didn't he didn't he lose like 3 or 4 Super Bowls? Eventually they got him some fucking help with Terrell Davis. So yeah, that's just a media narrative that man feeding into. That's what it is. They don't tell you the whole story. McNabb finally get Terrell once he make the Super Bowl. And Terrell got hurt on that Super Bowl run. I'm not gonna get into that. I don't know who Tyree Wilson is. Sorry. I love watching because okay, I read that one. Brady and Manning had a bunch of motherfuckers, dude. Brady had one of the greatest defenses of all time. I'm a huge Brady fan. Peyton Manning. You talking about Peyton? Come on, Marvin Harrison Jr., Reggie Wayne, 2 Hall of Famers. Adrian James, another Hall of Famer. Brandon Stokely wasn't no slouch neither. Dallas Clark wasn't no slouch neither. Come on, don't forget, didn't they have an MVP or Defensive Player of the Year, Bob Sanders, for a little bit too. Dwight Freeney, beating the hell out of Tampa Bay. We're gonna have to win every week to make the play. That's what it is. You see how to losing. Will you call us a playoff threat? Of course they're a threat. Anytime you in that picture, you a threat. The Jets a threat. The Jets a threat. That's the biggest threat on our mountain. They trying to make the playoffs over there too. And we passed up on Robert Salah. You think he ain't gonna use that? The Panthers whooping the Seattle right now. We got to go see them. They've been in off with 2 division games. So the next 2 weeks, we on the road. And then get down to playing Green Bay. So talking about, exercising, a tough schedule, that's a tough schedule to me. Going to MetLife, going to Carolina. Last time I think we went there, Stafford lost to P.J. Walker. Going to Chicago, at home versus Chicago, they won't get back. They wanted in blood. Justin Fields may be shut down by then. I think they want to let him get over the Russian 1K mark. And then Aaron Rodgers. He said you can't lose to that team. So, in off of 2 division games, it's going to build mental and physical fortitude going forward. I've never mentioned white or black, but you sense Josh Allen's athletic has to win. But at the end of the day, he's still young. It still can happen. What happened when they got Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs? He took a step in the right direction, right? A huge leap. A huge leap. There you go. So we can start talking about athletic quarterbacks all you want to, white or black. He took a huge leap once he got a real legitimate receiver. And you got to remember, Stephon Diggs was sent to Buffalo to rot. It was a punishment for wanting out of Minnesota. So you have to talk about the facts and not just, scrape the surface like the media do. Those are the facts. When it came to Cam, when it came to Josh Allen, when it came to Lamar Jackson, when it came to Michael Vick before he went to Philadelphia, when it came to, Randall Cunningham, he played hella reckless. They did not put the assets around those quarterbacks for where they can be successful. They said, you know what? We can put assets on defense. We can ride their legs to a victory. That's what it was. And at the end of the day, if Lamar the right fit, so be it. If he's not the right fit and Goff is the guy, so be it. I don't think nobody cares who the quarterback is as long as you win. Victor Cruz, Odell Beckham. Hey, I can keep going on and on and on and on and on. Tiki Barber was a fucking beast. Especially when he wanted to hold on to the football. Tom Brady won a few Super Bowl with Bull. At the end of the day, they had a great defense. Had a great kicker, too. I very was alive for those guys, for those games. The David Givens, the Deion Branches, the Troy Browns, the Antoine Smith. Don't forget about the Corey Dillons. Don't diminish them. They can play. He couldn't deal without Antoine Smith and Corey Dillons of the world, the Ty Laws of the world. You know, the Rodney Harrisons of the world, the Richard Seymours of the world. I lived through that. Those guys can play. Trust and believe those guys can play. Can't even have an old line. Who you talking about? Stafford had Cook, Cup, and OBJ. I mean, and they added Von Miller. Bill Belichick is a fucking beast. You can't say Bill without Brady, to be honest. Because without Bill giving Brady a chance, you know, ain't no fucking Tom Brady. Vic only had one receiver right out, and that was Algie fucking Crumpler, man. He ended up getting Roddy White at the end, but he wasn't Roddy White. Tom Brady is the outlier. Yes, he is the outlier. But those guys can play. Antoine Smith, hell of a running back. Corey Dillon, he should be in the Hall of Fame as well as Freddie T from Fred Taylor. Corey Dillon was my favorite running back. I mean, he used to come tear Detroit ass out the frame. He was my favorite running back to watch for a while. You know, it's criminal that him and Fred Taylor ain't in the Hall of Fame. Shit, Clinton Porter should be in there. They took him off the ballot. But like I said, go watch the Pivot podcast interview with Clinton Porter. Best abilities, availability. I've had quarterbacks stay injured. They're not paying $50 million constantly injured quarterbacks. Anybody can get injured. Aaron Rodgers got knocked out a couple times in his career, right? Alex Smith got knocked out a couple times in his career. Matthew Stafford, first 2 years was filled with injuries. It's the game. Joe Montana got busted up. Phil Simms got busted up. Joe Theisman's leg got snapped in half on live television. That's the game. That's the game. You can get injured in the pocket. Lamar Jackson just got injured in the pocket. He wasn't even running. He was in the pocket. That's the game. And over at least 20 quarterbacks are at least considered mobile quarterbacks today. Come on. So all that you feeding into is stereotypes for the most part. If it mattered, Jared Goff would have got a championship. Come on. If it mattered, Jared Goff got a championship. Come on. If it wasn't a double standard, Charlie Ward would have got a chance to be a quarterback in the National Football League. He would have been a first-round pick. Tebow was. Why the fuck Charlie Ward wasn't? We know why. But you put them guys in a position with all that talent, they get it done. Trust me. Michael Vick get it done. It's never been another Michael Vick in this league. Never. Probably never will be. Lamar is not Michael Vick. I hate to break it to y'all. He's not. Michael Vick was different. You know, for every mobile quarterback, there are about 10 to 15 pocket quarterbacks that didn't get it done either. Come on. Tell me I'm lying. How many times did Peyton Manning get bounced out? We didn't get bounced out by like Jacksonville, Miami. Sometimes he get bounced out the playoffs. Come on. Ben Roethlisberger was driving the bus for that first championship team. I ain't talking about Jerome Bettis neither. Everything got to fall in place to be a Super Bowl. How many times Drew Brees got lost the playoff game? He lost to Kirk fucking Cousins, for God's sakes. Just being real. This has been the longest Irish stream I've ever done. Just being real. The sun shined on the dog's ass. That Super Bowl for New Orleans. That's what it was. Tracy Porter picked 6. Drew Brees is the most flukiest quarterback of all time. If Eli Manning had an opposite not named Peyton Manning, it would be Drew Brees. Drew Brees, I mean, even the playoff game they beat us in, Drew Brees threw about 10 picks. Aaron Berry, Bill Bentley, all of them was dropping all the picks Drew Brees was throwing. If Eli had an opposite, a playoff Eli would be Drew Brees. Horrible playoff quarterback. Salute, Chris. Going to see next week that Jets is not going to be easy at all. So it's replaying the comments once again. So if I didn't get to you, I'm trying to see you right now. I don't know why it loops the comments. So, you know, it literally, Jimmy Garoppolo out for the season right now. Black Party just dropped a dime. I think that's Debo. You know what I'm saying? So you can go say whatever you want to say. That's media narrative pushing shit. I'm trying to tell you. You break the numbers down. What is it? Probably 1 to 50 quarterbacks to mobile quarterbacks. They still the pure athletic mobile quarterback. They still a rare species, but the league is starting to go towards them. You can agree to disagree and all that, but I'm talking facts. I'm speaking facts. Now, if they do all this shit around McNabb and and Michael Vick and them, and they still didn't get it done, then I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, you absolutely right. I don't have no problem saying I'm wrong, but they didn't. It's the truth. Brett Favre got 1 Super Bowl, bro. Should have had more. Luke Kuechly and Josh Norman balled out that year for the Panthers. They did. But who was he throwing to? Fucking Jericho Cotchery. Was Greg Olsen? Was he injured that year? It was either him or Funches. Funches stayed injured though. Shout out to Funches though. Same thing might happen in San Francisco right now. Quarterback referring to Brady got to start. Yeah, Brock Purdy. And he out here dealing, nigga. He out here dealing right now. I'm about to call this play right now. I don't know who flanking out. Look like it might be Kittles. He stepped up, got it to Debo. That ain't a hard offense to be in, though. To be honest, it's a very quarterback-friendly offense. And what was telling about the 49ers? They didn't go pick up I don't know if they got an opportunity, but they didn't go pick up he was the Arizona football player of the year. So he got some talent, but they ain't gonna get back to Mayfield. They believed him. First player in NFL history, I think, throw a touchdown pass being Mr. Irrelevant. So yeah, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna go lay down, get in the shower. Like now, I was gonna go to the Piston game. Let me see if my homie texts me back. I mean, I think we still could make it. No, he didn't. But yeah, I'm probably about to land. I'm tired. Work week, big week coming up. But hey, appreciate y'all, man. Peace.